Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Tel Cockerel. Friday, the 28th of March, end of another supposed working week, working week for me. Just logged off work, and here we are for, it's international break or FA Cup weekend, whatever you want to call it, bumper bonus predictions. Well, we can't do predictions for the Premiership because there are no matches, so that will be come back, and we'll do that next week. But I hope each and every one of you, whether it's your afternoon, your evening, or your morning, I hope you're all well and you're happy and you're healthy, or as happy and healthy as you can be. And if you're not, then healing vibes to be sent your way, and I hope that you all feel well. Interestingly, our clocks go forward tomorrow, so some of you will say we lose an hour's worth of drinking time, and some people will gain the fact that we have one more hour of more daylight, which some people would be happy to observe. I think I've got three at the door. Give me 2 seconds. Damn people, they deliver at times when you don't expect them to. Anyway, there's my delivery. I'll open that later. That's definitely for me. It's not one of my kids that's ordered it. It's definitely something that I've ordered. Sorry, as I was saying, so we gain an extra hour of daylight. Usually, I will say that I see a lot of happier people about their lives when you have a bit more daylight and a bit more of that yellow disc that appears up in the sky. When that comes out, people tend to get a bit happier. So I'm looking forward to good times ahead for everybody. So we're here. 20 games we're doing today, and these games will all take place tomorrow. So there's no games tonight, there's no games on Sunday. All 20 games that I've picked are all taking place tomorrow. So let me say hello to a few of you. Dan was in earlier. Big up my fellow fair weathered fans in the chat. F dropping my standards. Good afternoon, Dan. Hope you're well. Adrian, good afternoon. Jose at all. Good afternoon, Adrian, sir. Good afternoon to the Wiz. Hope you're well. Lee, good afternoon to Archer. I hope you're well, sir. Good afternoon to Graham, and I hope you're well. Look at that, Colin B. You're on time today, Colin. Good afternoon to you, mate. I hope you are well. Big Bad John is in the house. Good afternoon, Big Bad John. I hope you are well, mate. I hope you're well. Nice to see you. A lot of people saying hello to each other. You've got the lovely Jess here saying afternoon all. Good afternoon, Jess. I hope you are well too. David Clark's here, says hi to everyone in the chat. Isn't the season over yet? Well, if you want me to stop and the season's over, I can stop these and I can find other things to do on my Friday afternoons. And so can you guys. But I fear that the season hasn't stopped because we're still doing these. All the way out in Spain, Ian Meth says afternoon suppers. Good afternoon, sir. Alan, hi Jose. Alan, not seen you in a bit. I hope you are well. I hope you're feeling better than what you have done recently, because it was a while that you wasn't feeling well. So I really do hope that you're feeling well. Nita's here on a live. Hi Jose, I hope you're well. Hi to all the chat. Good afternoon, Nita. I hope you're well. Mikey Romero, who you missed last week. You missed Mikey. You lost out on some points. You lost out on some positions, Mikey. Hopefully you're looking to make that back. But welcome back, Mikey. Good morning to you, by the way, out in the States. I hope you are well. Here is Luke. Hello, mate. Hope you are well. Spotlight on Spurs. Brand new channel. Luke did his first live last night. Says, hi, I'll tell chat. Hope you're well on this lovely Friday afternoon. We are. You have got Drula. Says, afternoon, Jose and the Cockerel crew. Good afternoon, Drula. I hope you and the fam are well. And then you've got a whole bunch of people saying like each other. But then you've got young Finn. Says, big up, Jose. Good afternoon, Finn. I hope you are well. I hope you're well. Mr. Simpson, for his sins, is here. Afternoon, Jose, and everyone in the chat. Good afternoon, Carl. I hope you're well. Jimmy H is here. Good up. A big up, everyone, he says, and good afternoon. Good afternoon, Jimmy H. Paul G is in the house. He's on time today. He says, afternoon, all. Good afternoon, Paul. It's Sir Rob Belcher. Good afternoon, you wonderful people. Good afternoon, Rob. I hope you are well too. Ed M. It says afternoon, Jose in chat. Good afternoon, Ed. Nice to see you here, sir. Nice to see you here. I'm going down. Let me see if I can see it. Ah, Daz is here. Daz is here. He says he's almost, Paul G says he's almost done with work. So it's all good. I wouldn't want them to knock on my door. Yeah, the dogs want to eat people, don't they? They sound hungry. We feed them all the time, these dogs. Top Spurs, Dazza says hello, Jose, and all good afternoon to you, Dazza. Richard is here, says hi, Jose, and all. Christopher Inshaw is here, saying hi, all. Good afternoon, Chris. And Big John flexing his member badge, saying hit them likes up. It's free, you muppets. He's true. It is free. Right, as I said, all games this weekend are taking place tomorrow. And what I've done this week, I didn't go for the tried and tested, let me look for the obscure leagues and that. I was working. I hadn't set anything up till today. And whilst I was working, whilst I had a bit of a break in between meetings, I quickly just rustled these fixtures all up. Some of them are a lot closer to home. Some are within the British Isles. And some are a bit further out, but they are 20 games that are all taking place tomorrow. So, are you ready? If you're ready, we'll start with the first game. The first game I've got for you guys is Leeds versus Swansea. Anyone wishing to play? If you're a subscriber, you can play. Just put your score in, and I will load it up, and we can take it from there. So, Leeds versus Swansea, please, people. All right, there we go. We've got them coming in. So Jessie's coming in, and she's predicting the 3-1. But after I do the first set of scores, you know that then I have to cut and paste people out. So that'll take a bit longer. But the first score, after that, we should be up and flying. So it's a 3-1 for Jess. Big John says that Leeds 3, Swansea 1. So it's another 3-1 prediction. We then have Drula says 2-1. Drula, I need to find people's names at the moment. Drula says 2-1. After Drula at 2-1, have we got any? We have Carl Simpson at 3-1 as well. Carl Simpson says 3-1. Neil, hello Neil. You popped in. I didn't see you pop in, but Neil's here. And Neil says 2-1. After Neil, Rob Belcher says 4-1. Rob Belcher. So Rob says 4-1. Where's Rob? So Rob Belcher. There he is. 4-1 for Sir Rob. Then we have Lee Wiz at 3-1. 3-1 for the Wiz. We have 3-0 for Jimmy H. We have 2-1 for Richard. And then I can see DC has gone for 3-1. Uh, 3-1, yeah. DC's gone for 3-1. Christopher has gone for 2-1. Ian Mess. Ian is going for a 2-0. 2-0 for Ian. I then have Edem has gone 2-0. Edem has selected 2-0. New players are welcome to play. If you want to get your scores in, get them in now. Don't be shy or forever hold your peace. Graham says 3-0. Alan, I've got to find Alan, says 3-1. Colin B says 4-0. Nita says 2-1. And I'll be cutting people out straight after this to ensure that I can find people's names far quicker. Finn says 3-1. Finn here last week? Did he miss? No, Finn missed last week. So we need to get Finn into the show. Bin says 3-1. Hotspur says 2-0. Hotspur is going for Leeds 2, Swansea 0. Now I need to find Hotspur. He was here last week, so I can find Daz 2-0. Lovely. I've got Daz in the shoes. Archer says 3-0. Archer says 3-0. Kuva. Good afternoon, Kuva. I hope you're well. Kuva says 5-0. Kuva, let me find Kuva. Kuva. There he is. 5-0 for Kuva. And then I've got after Kuva, have I got anyone else coming in? Paul G, 2-0. And good afternoon to Ryan, who also says 2-0. So Paul G and Ryan both say 2-0. I can find Ryan's name. Ryan be further up. There he is. 2-0 for Ryan. Adrian with a 2-1. Adrian. Where's Adrian? Can't be that far down. There he is. Adrian says 2-1. People saying hello to each other. Anyone know more scores? Right. So at the moment, I'm cutting out Paige and Ronnie. I don't know where Paige and Ronnie are. So Paige and Ronnie are being cut out for the time being. So move out. And then I will tell you who we've got. So Christopher, Lee Wizkid, all the way down to Richard we've got. There we go, we'll put them into there. I then have Ian Meth as my next person. Ian Meth goes up there. JSY. Miss Jess goes up into there. All right, Gus Parkham. There's 5 people there that are not here at the moment. Yes, Si. Hello, mate. We're on the first game at the moment, Si. Good afternoon. Ronnie's here. Good afternoon, Ronnie. We're on the first game at the moment. Si, we're still on the first game. I'm just doing my housekeeping at the moment, so you're in time. Si is coming into the score. So who's Si and Ronnie is on my there. Si and Ronnie have both put a score in. As I said, I'm just doing my bringing people up into the show that are here at the moment. Bear with me a second. This is the part that takes me, but then it makes it easier for me if I can put everyone in. Adam's here. As I'm doing this, anybody that's new, if you want to play along, it's free. You can only put a comment in if you subscribe, because I've got it on subscribers only. So with that being said, if you're a subscriber, you can comment, then put your scores in, and I'll accept them, and then you can start playing this godforsaken game that we play. Move out and move out. Do these 2 out here. Do I have anyone further down here? We have more. Spurs, GCTV, and Neil are also playing. Put them into the show here as well. Right. This person's not here either, so put them into there. Put them into there. Destiny 5's not here, so he'll have to go into the group there. Right, Raptors Madness is definitely here. Right, so let's get Raptors into the show. Alan is here. His score goes in. Mikey Romero is here. I'll put Mikey's score in there. And then we've got to bring in Finn into the show, haven't we? Jimmy talks football. Not seen Jimmy James, as I call him. Not seen James. Didn't partake last week, so right. Let me just get this person out of the way, and then I've got to bring in 2 more people. So the last 2 people I'm bringing in are Ronnie and Sai, and then we are good to go to the next set. Right, cut these ones out. I'm going to have to remind myself some of the leagues that I've gone to as well, because I have gone to some leagues that I can't even remember the names of them. So obviously, clearly this is in the championship. This game that we're looking at the moment is definitely in the championship. Right, so who am I looking for? I need to get Ronnie and Sai in. Ronnie and, right, there's Ronnie. Get Ronnie in. And I think Ronnie went for 4-0. Yeah, Ronnie's went with 4-0. Let me just get Ronnie in. And then Sai went for a 3-1. So let's get Sai into this as well. There's Sai. And Sai's gone for 3-1. Right, let me see. Right. So I'm going to call out the names that I've got at the moment. If I don't call your name, I don't have you in. So I've got Archer, Jimmy, Carl, Christopher, Lee, DC, Sir Rob, Ryan, Richard, Ian, Jess, Drula, Adrian, Colin B, Paul G, Ed M, Nita, Big Bad John, Kuva, Dazza, Graham, Neil, Rakdos Madness, Mikey Romero, Finn Rickwood, Ronnie Side Dancer. The doctor has just come in and predicted 2-1. Good afternoon, the doctor. You've got in by the skin of your teeth. The doctor, for anyone that doesn't know, is Gus Parker. His initials is a GP, so I call him the doctor. But let me find Gus and stick him into the show. Just about crept in, Gus. Right, let me put Gus in there as well then. All right, Gus P's got return. Right, so nobody is not saying anything about their names, so therefore my prediction is I have gone for a 4-0 to Leeds. So that game obviously is in the championship. The next game that we go to is in League One, and it's Birmingham versus Shrewsbury, please. Birmingham versus Shrewsbury. Shrewsbury. Oh, here we go. Finn is coming first. Finn says 2-0. Right, let's go. Let's start this ball rolling. Finn says 2-0. Big John says 3-0. Oops, who's after Big John? Ed M says 2-1. 3-0 for Colin B. 4-1 for the doctor. He's writing out his prescriptions already, the doctor. 2-0 for Alan. 2-0 for Alan. A 1-2 for Drula. 1-2 for Drula. A 3-1 for Jess. 3-1 for Jess. A 2-0 for Jimmy and for Nita. So Jimmy and Nita are both on 2-0s. Nita is on a 2-0. And then you've got Christopher and Lee are both 3-0s. Christopher 3. And Lee the Wiz is on 3. Anyone seen the potato? The potato's been missing for a couple of weeks as well. Richard says 2-0. Side Dancer is 4-0. Neil is also 4-0. Da, 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 4-0. Carl Simpson is 3-0. Mikey R is going for a 1-0. Daza is going for a 2-1. Oops. 2-1. Adrian 2-0. 2-0. Graham 3-0. Oops, where's Graham? Graham's sort of down, isn't he? Graham 3-0. Ian Meth's going for a 3-0. Ian Meth 3-0. Then you have Side Dancer says top versus bottom. A brave man or woman who takes an away win here, says Ian Meth. David Clark 3-0. Archer 4-0. Ellie, this is the second game, right? And the first game was Leeds versus Swansea. Ryan G says 3-0. Ronnie says 2-0. Okay, so I'm only saying it now because I've only seen your message now, but you've obviously been told by others as well. But yeah, it's fine. No problem at all. Let me find you to stick you in the show because you are late, but only by one game. Only by one game. It's a lady's prerogative to be late all the time. Queen Ellie says 2-1 for Leeds. Right, who else we got? Coos is going 4-0 to Brum. Paul G's going 3-0 to the Brum. Am I missing anyone? I'm missing Ellie and Sir Rob. That's not to say they haven't already done it. And Birmingham 2-0. I need to go and find Rob's. Let me see if I can find Rob's because this YouTube and StreamYard catching up malarkey. Let me have a look. Right, first one in was Finn, so I've got Finn, John, Ed, Colin, Gus, Alan, Drula, Jess, Jimmy, Nita, Christopher, Lee, Richard, Cy, Neil, Carl, Mikey, Dazza, Adrian, Graham, Ian, Cy again, talking, David Clark, Archer, Ryan G, Ronnie, Kuba, Ellie, and as I'm looking through it all, Rob comes in with a 2-1. Right, for this game, yours truly has gone for Birmingham 3, Shrewsbury 0. From League 1, we go to League 2. And I want your predictions, please, for Walsall versus AFC Wimbledon. Walsall versus AFC Wimbledon, please, people. So we currently have how many players? 30 players playing at the moment. Let me have a quick look at the still poll on the old like button. 30 players playing at the moment. And we've only got 23 likes. How's that one work out then? Not quite sure. Got 30 players predicting and only 23 likes. I'm not sure how that works. But here we go. It is what it is, I suppose. If you enjoy it, you like it. If you don't enjoy it, you don't like it. I was led to believe that there was enjoyment. Finn Rickwood is the first person in. He's coming with 1-1 draw. Gus, the Doctor's coming with a 2-0. 2-0 for the Doctor. Did you change my score? Drula, I don't know whether I've changed the score or not. I currently have you as a 2-1 and a 1-2. Did you change the score? 2-0. Okay, so you've now changed it to 2-0 home victory. Drula, you should always go with your gut instinct first. That's what I'm going to say. Changed, all right? But I always go with the gut instinct is what I'm going to say. Mikey Romero, 1-2. Mr. Romero, 1-2. Rob Belcher, 1-0. I think, to be honest, guys, when I've done these bonus predictions and that, in all honesty, like some of us get bitten on the bum because we'd say, yeah, it's first versus 9th, or it's 8th versus 17th. And if it was as easy as that, then believe me, we would have racked up far better scores than what we have in the recent past weeks. It doesn't tend to go to form a lot of the time. But each to their own. Carry on picking your scores. Richard's 2-2. Drula's gone in 1-2 for this one. Let me see where Drula is. Definitely going in 1-2 again. Side Dancer's coming with a 1-0. Sai 1-0 for Sai. Graham's coming with 2-2. So I don't know how many more of these bumpers are going to be left, because I don't know what the lookout, what the makeup is for the rest of the season. I don't know whether we've got any more. I don't think we have any more breaks. So this possibly might be the last bumper. I'm not sure. So this one, we've got 60 points on offer at the moment. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I do think that this might be the last bumper. 2-2 for the Wiz. And then we go back to Premiership games, which will be the 10 Premiership games plus 4 that I pick as bonus games to give people a chance. And then we'll have maybe 9 weeks of that, and then we're done for this year. Colin B is coming in with a 1-1 draw. 1-1 for Colin B. Oops, backspace is no, that's that one there, and a 1-1 draw. Ronnie's coming in with a 1-2. I then have Adrian at 2-1. We then have Ryan G at 2-1. Ryan G, 2-1. Yeah, Richard, you say you've liked. I'm not saying you haven't. I'm not saying anyone has or hasn't, because I can't tell who has or hasn't. All I'm saying is that when I know how many people are predicting at the moment live, and that's 30 of us that are predicting live, and then when I go and look to see how many likes there was 23. So the likes to the people that are currently here predicting didn't match. 1-1 for Paul G, a 2-1 for Archer, a 2-1 for Jess. And really, you should only like if you like the content, really. But it does help us. It's a long road. People that do this malarkey will tell you it's a long road to getting likes and stuff like that. It's a long road, you know. And at the end of the day, anything that you do to help is truly appreciated. 2-1 for DC. I'm missing some scores here. 2-1 for DC. I can see that Ian's coming with a 1-2, which I was missing Ian, and I can see Edem's coming with a 1-0. I was missing Edem as well, but he's coming with a 1-0. So I am missing Queen Ellie and Kuva, but that's not to say I haven't done it. And then Monica's one is pink and one is no. So Ellie and Kuva are the two that I'm waiting on. Whilst I'm waiting on them, Vindaloo has put in a super chat. Good afternoon, Vindaloo. I hope you're well. Says, big up, Jose, stuck in the office. I will leave mine in a bit. Don't let Drula keep changing her scores. Put your foot down, mate, and come on, Swansea. Vindaloo, you are a comedian, my son. You certainly want to have a little war with some of these people, don't you? Eh? You're trying to bite at some of these people. Kuva says 1-2. So it's just Ellie that I'm missing. Right, Ellie, are you going to give me a score for this game so I can move on to the next game? Ellie, are you with us? Or are you asleep? Or are you somewhere else? Right, I'm going to move on. Is there anybody that hasn't predicted that needs to predict? Time is now. I'm moving on because I'm not doing rollbacks, or I'm going to say I'm not doing rollbacks because I'm playing football early again from now on. So that's why I have to start the shows early so I can get them to football. So, right, the next game. So we're moving from League Two to, I think it's the Scottish Premiership, and it's Aberdeen versus Aberdeen versus Motherwell. So our very own Alfie Dorrington up there on loan at Aberdeen. It says Aberdeen versus Motherwell, please. And our first one in is Finn. Finn is saying 2-1. Finn's coming first with a 2-1. Oh, sorry, I've got to give a result. Right, I've gone for Walsall 2, AFC Wimbledon 0 is what I went for. Jess has also gone for a 2-1. The Doctor and Nita have both gone for a 2-1. Quite popular score is 2-1, isn't it? Carl Simpson's gone for a 2-1. Christopher Inshaw's gone for a 2-1. Lee Wiz has gone 2-1. Side Dancer's gone 2-1. I'm just doing the 2-1s for the moment because it just makes it easy for me to copy and paste them. And then I come round. Archer's gone 2-1. Neil's gone 2-1. Archer. There's Archer up there. Archer 2-1. Neil 2-1. Right. I've caught with them. Ronnie's gone 2-1. Right. Let me just get the Ronnie 2-1 out of the way as well. Right. So I think I've caught all the 2-1s. And now I'll go back up again. Anything different? We got a 2-0 for Colin Blackshaw. So Colin B is going for a 2-0. We then have Mikey Romero at 2-0. So Aberdeen are the home team. Motherwell away team 2-1. 2-0. Ryan G's gone for a 2-0 as well. Ryan G, where's Ryan G? Ryan's up there, 2-0 for Ryan. And then you have a 1-0 for Alan. 1-0 for Alan. We've got 3-1 for Totspurs. So Daz has gone 3-1. You've got a 3-1 for Richard as well. Richard 3-1. Drula, I have to go Motherwell. My cousin plays for them. 1-2. Drula is going for a 1-2. Who's your cousin, Drula? Who's your cousin? Is he a jock? Nah, I don't think he's a jock. I just think he plays up there, don't he? 2-0 for Rob Belcher. 2-0 for Big John. Who else we got? We got a 3-0 for Ian Meth. Ian Meth has gone 3-0. Ronnie's gone 2-1. Ronnie has gone. I've got Ronnie's 2-1 already. Interesting. I've got his 2-1 already. David Clark has gone 1-0. Afternoon, Paige. Just start from here. Just start from here, Paige. Paul G has gone 1-0. Aberdeen 3-1 for Ellie. Uh, 1-0 for Adrian. Did I just get Adrian in or not? Adrian says 1-0. No, Paige, start now. You're more than welcome to start now. Honestly, Paige, start now. It might make it easier for you. Start now. Ed M's going for a 2 draw. I'm missing a couple of people. So at the moment, I'm looking for Jimmy, Kuba, Graham. Not to say I haven't done it. Jimmy, Kuba, and Graham. Jimmy's gone for a 1-all. Let's just do Jimmy. Jimmy went for a 1-all draw. Kuba and Graham. Is it my eyesight? Two one for Graham. So it's just Kuba I'm missing. And Paige, if she decides that she wants to put one in there. Yeah, I found yours, Graham. I found yours now. So it's just Kuba and Paige. Paige, are you still here? Do you want to partake now, or do you want to leave it? Because if you want to partake now, I'll accept your scores now, Paige. Darren has just joined us late. Look at that. Darren's here. Paige, if you're here, put him in. Says afternoon all. Darren, you're late, but I'll let you off. Paige, you could start now, Paige, because I can then do yours and Darren's after together. It makes pure sense for me, but that's your call. Kuba's the last person that I need a score from, and if he's not going to give me a score soon, I'll move on to the next game. So we go from the Scottish Premiership to the Championship in Scotland. Ayr United versus Dunfermline, please, people. Ayr United versus Dunfermline. By the way, sorry, I went for Aberdeen 2, Motherwell 1 is what I've gone for. And now we're on Ayr United versus Dunfermline Athletic. Nita is first in. Oh, Nita is first in. Nita's gone for a 0-2. Was that possible? 0-2 for Nita, 2-0 for Colin B. 3-1 for Mikey R. Three 1 for Mikey R. 1-2 for Ed M. Then we've got a 2-1 for Alan. Neil's going for a 1-all draw. Two 0 for Christopher. A 2-1 for Graham. Uh, 2-1 for Queen Alaire. A 1-2 for Drula again. Drula 1-2. Let me see where Drula is. 1-2 for Rob Belcher as well. A 0-2 for Richard. Lee's gone for a 1-2. Carl and Jess have both gone for 3-1. Darren's 2-1. Darren 2-1. 3-0 for Ian Meth. Ian Meth. 3-0. A 3-1 for Archer. 3-1 for Archer. I've got a 1-0 for Adrian. A 3-1 for the Doctor. $3-0 for Dazza. Where's Dazza? Where's Daz? There he is. 3-0 for Daz. A 2-0 for David Clark and a 2-0 for Big John. David Clark says 2-0, and so does Big John. David Clark, where's Big John? There he is. Big John says 2-0. And then we move on to Ronnie says, sorry, Jimmy H says 1-0, and Ronnie says 3-0. Ryan G says 3-1. Daigle for side dancer. Daigle for Sai. Paul G says 2-0. So I am missing. Who am I missing? Kuba's still not here. And Finn. Finn's normally the first one in. Let me see. Finn didn't beat the first one in this time. So I am missing. Am I missing Finn? Our Finn's coming with a 4-2. So I've got Finn. So it's just Kuba I'm missing. And who's just popped in? Nick at Roundtable Talk. Let me see Nick at Roundtable Talk. I'll find Nick. Nick Roundtable Talk. There he is. So we'll add Nick into it. And Nick wants a 2-1 review across the board because he's a busy man. Yeah, so Nick, your wish is my command. You are done. 2-1 for Kuva and a 3-1 for Kuva. Kuva, no need to apologise, mate. Real RL is RL, mate. Simple as RL is RL. I've gone for Air 2, Dunfermline 0. So that's what I've gone for. So we move away from the Scottish Championship and we go to Scottish League Division 1. And in Scottish League Division 1, I'm looking for Alloa Athletic versus Dumbarton. Alloa Athletic versus Dumbarton, please. And whilst you do that, I'm just going to check. We have got 34 people now taking part. And we have 32. So 2 people who are currently playing haven't hit that like button. Just 2 of you. You're getting closer, but 2 people haven't hit the like button. We now have Nita comes in with a 2-1. Nita's been first for the last few rounds. 2-1 for Nita. A 2-1 for Colin B. Colin Blackshaw says 2-1 as well. And then we have a 0-2 for Alan. A 2 for Sir Rob. So Rob says 2-2. 2. A 2-2 for Neil. 2-2. Gus Parker 1-0. Drula 2-0. Richard 1-2. 3-1 for Graham, 2-0 for Christopher and Jimmy. Four 0 for Daz. Top Spurs can see goals. 4-0. A 3-1 for Jess. 3-1 was Jess. 3-1 for Jess. And then we've got a 2-0 for Darren. 2-0 for Darren. And I think we've got a 3-0 for the Ellie. A 3-0 for Big John. Let me see who we got here. We've got Ryan G. Ryan G says 2-0. Ryan's number 2-0. And then there's a 3-0 for Paul G. Paul G, 3-0. And then we have a 2-1 for Archer. Oops, where's Archer gone? Archer says 2-1. Mikey Romero says 3-1. Mikey Romero, 3-1. Thank you very much. Kind words from Alan there. Thanking everybody, and everyone have a good weekend. Ronnie says 2-1. Sai says 1-0. Just realised you're a minute behind the stream. You seem to be on time. Don't wait for me, Jose. Save yourselves. I'll catch up in the comments after the child tsunami passes over, mate. You take your time. You take your time, mate. David Clark says 2-1. David Clark says 2-1. Ian Meff says 4-0. 4-0. Adrian says 2-1. Adrian says 2-1. 2-0 for Carl and a 2-0 for Ed M. Carl's a bit reserved. He's thinking about his scores. He's normally in like Flynn. Today he's thinking about his scores. Nice one, Carl. Concentration. Love it. Who else we got? Lee Wiz says 2-0. I was missing the Wiz's scoreline. He does say 2-0. Paige, start from now. Start from Alloa versus Dumbarton. Start from now. You're fine to start from now, Paige. I don't mind you starting from now. Right, I'm looking to Kuba's already explained. And Finn, young Finn. So Finn is who I'm looking for. And Kuba, if he's sorted out his childcare issues. And Paige, if she jumps in and starts scoring from here, you're more than welcome to do so, Paige. Start from here. Carl Simpson says, Jose, I know it's getting down to the business end of the season. That's why he's concentrating. Right, is Paige with us or not? Because I was waiting for Paige earlier, then she didn't come, and now I've added her name to it. So I'm just wondering if Paige is here or not. If she is, start from here, Paige. Easier. And I'm missing Finn. Paige and Finn. If they're going to come in, they will. If they don't, they don't. Right, I'm going to move on to the next game. I don't know where Paige has gone. She's in and out. She might be having connection issues. Right, so we've gone from League One in Scotland, or whatever they call these leagues, and the next league we're going to in Scotland is League Two, I presume it is, and it's East Fife versus the Spartans. East Fife versus the Spartans. Finn, your 0-1 is for the last game, Finn, I'm gathering, yeah? Because you missed the last one, Finn. So I'm thinking that your 0-1 is for the last game. Alloa versus Dumbarton. 1-2 for Ed M. One, 2 for Ed M. Oh, sorry, in the last game, I've gone for Alloa 2, Dumbarton 0 is what I went for. Drula's going for a 1-2 in this game. Drula. 1-2 as well. Another away win. Alan's going for a 1-1 draw. Alan, I know that you know all these teams. You're fully au fait with every team I've mentioned so far, which is good to see. I'm glad that you're finding out who all the teams are. Graham says 2-1. 2-1 for a Graham. And it's 2-1 for Jess. There's a 0-0 from Colin B. He's thrown a bomb. It's a 0-0 for Colin Blackshaw. The second 0-0 we've seen this week so far in predictions. And it's a 2-1 for Carl. 2-1 for Carl. That's the 3-1 for Neil. Neil, 3-1. A 1-1 for Christopher Inshaw and a 2-2 for Richard. Richard's gone for a 2-2 draw. Just get him in because he's the first person to come to. Christopher In has gone for a 1-1 draw. So get Christopher in there. Ian Meff's gone 2-1. Ian Meff is being flying. Adrian is trying to catch Ian Meff. There's rivalry between them two, but more from Ian more from Adrian than Ian, but that could be turned around if he gets caught and overtaken by his buddy. 2-0 for Nita. A 2-1 for Top Spurs. Top Spurs. 2-1. I have a 2-1 for Big John. 2-1 for Big John. What's else? Ellie's the next one. Here we go. Ellie says 3-1. The Doctor says a Daigle. Lee Wiz says 2-1. The Wiz Kid has said 2-1. Archer says 1-1. Archer says what? Ronnie says 3-1. Ronnie. Ronnie says 3-1. Darren says 1-1. $3-1 for David Clark. A 2-0 for Adrian. Adrian, where's Adrian? Adrian says 2-0. A 3-0 for Mikey Romero. Mikey. A 3-0. 1-0 for Ryan G. 2-0 for Paul G. A 2-1 for Cy. Nita says 2-1, not 1-2 now, Nita. You've just changed it. Oh, sorry, 2-1 for Nita. You made it 2-1. Right, so I am missing a score from Sir Rob. And Finn. Finn, what's your score for this game, mate? It's either the 1-0 that you gave me. I'm not sure whether you wanted it for this game or the last game because you missed the last game. So I've put your 0-1. 0-1, you said. Finn Rickwood. I've put you 0-1 for the last game. So I didn't know where you wanted me to put it because you're missing one game, Finn. And also I am missing a score from the Finn and Sir Rob Belcher. I'm going back to see if I can see Rob's. Rob Belcher went 1-0. Rob, I got yours. So Finn, I just need you to clarify. Your 0-1, is that for this game or the last game? Because you're missing one game, mate. Yeah, I found it, Rob. Sorry. I'm going back up in the chat. You lot down the bottom here are all writing, and whilst I'm at the top. So Finn, if you're still here, mate, I'm not sure what you want me to do, because you give me a 0-1. I've put that in for the last game, which means I'm missing this game. Or do you want the 0-1 for this game, and then that means you're missing the last game? I just need to know either way, mate. Oh, Page has come in. Page 2-0. While Finn makes his mind up, 2-0 for Page. 3-0. 1-0. 1, 2, 3. 3 2-0s. And a 1-1 draw. So Paige, you're up to date. Finn, I'm going to move on, mate, but you're missing one game from you, Finn. And I don't know what you want me to do. I've gone for East 5-2, the Spartans 1. Right. Now we go over to sunny Spain. Yeah, and if I don't call your name out, you're up to date. So you're finally. Right. La Liga, Real Sociedad against Real Valladolid. Good morning, Mr. Shire. I hope you are well, my baseball correspondence connoisseur from down under who knows all about baseball. Fantastic. I hope you are well, Mr. Cheer. I hope you're well. Nice having a chat with you the other day, mate. Alan, it's a 3-1. It's Alan's first in with 3-1. Gus, the doctor, says 3-0. Edem says 1-0. 1-0 for Edem. 3-0 for Drula. Right, I think what I'm going to do with Finn, I'm going to change Finn's result from the 0-1 that he gave me. I'm going to change it to this last game, and then Finn's missing one game. Finn, you missed one game earlier. I don't know what score you want me to put in, but you missed Alloa versus Dumbarton. So if you put another score in, tell me what the Alloa Dumbarton score is for you, please, mate. Right, Umarson again. Drula said 3-0. I'm sure the last one I said was Drula, wasn't it? Yeah. 3-1 for Nita. 3-1 for Nita. I then have a 2-1 for Paige and a 2-1 for Jess. 2-1 for Paige and a 2-1 for Jess. And then we have a 2-0 for Darren. A 2-1 for Neil. Neil. A 3-1 for Carl. Senor Simpson says 3-1. A 2-0 for the Wiz. 3-1 for Richard. A 2-0 for Jimmy H. Mr. Inshaw says 3-2. Graham says 2-1. Where's Graham? Graham's there. 2-1 for Graham. We then have a 2-0 for Rob Belcher. Senor Belcher says 2-0. We then have Colin Blackshaw at 2-2. And then we have David Cheer says, haha, it's SMH Jose, I hate baseball, you tosser. Well, at least you're, imagine if we were face to face, you'd probably hit me with a baseball bat. Oh, yeah. Side dancer says 3-1. 2-0 for Big John. A 2-3 for Finn. Now, did Finn give me an early 2-3? No, so that's the 2-3 I've taken now from Finn, right? Tot Spurs says 2-0. Right. Finn says 1-1 for the one he missed. Okay, I've got you, Finn. You're up to date now, Finn. You're cool. 1-0 for Ronnie. 1-0 for Ronnie. A 2-1 for Ryan G. Ian Meth, you're in Spain and you're taking your time. You should know these teams. You are in Spain, or do you not watch any football out there? Adrian also says 2-0. Adrian says 2-0. Archer says 2-0. God, there's a lot of these 2-0s coming in now. Archer says 2-0. DC says 1-1. 1-1 for DC. G'day, David. Love the pronunciation. Jose says Drula. 2-1 for Ellie. A 3-0 to Paul G. So I am missing. Oh, I'm missing this time. So Cuba's still not back. I'm missing Mikey Romero. Yeah, you have, Ian. I'm just saying you took your time by the time I saw it. Right, let me see. Who am I missing? I'm missing Mikey R. I know people, he might be working, he might be doing something. But let me go back up to see. Mikey Romero said 2-1. So I've got everyone's scores at the moment. I've gone for Real Sociedad 2, Real Valladolid 0. So 2-0 for me. And we move on. Yeah, Ryan, I'm going back up to the top. So I'm searching at the top, and then you guys are then writing it at the bottom. So I'm going through it. I'll get to the bottom, and you lot have written it. Right, we go from Spain to the Bundesliga, and we're looking at Bayern München versus FC St. Pauli. Bayern München versus FC St. Pauli. Oh, Jess is first in, 4-1. Jess can see goals, 4-1. Rakdos has gone in at 5. He's up the stakes straight away, 5-0. Cool, Gus Parker and Edem, they're not holding back, are they? Gus Parker and Edem are both going with the same score. Colin Blackshaw's gone for a 5-0. Ooh. Just going to see if there's any more of these 5-0s. Darren's gone for a 5-0. Bang, bing, bang, bang, bang. There's a lot of goals being scored here, according to you guys. Right. Drula's gone at 4-0, and Christopher's gone in at 4-0. Right, Drula and Christopher have both gone in at 4-0. Is there any more? Oops, Daisy, stop it. Right. Oops, there's one up that way. We'll try this way. We'll try again. Drula 4-0 yet. Right, after the Drula and the 4-0, Christopher Eachels. Wiz has gone for 4-0. So I'll put the Wiz in at 4-0. We got any more 4-0s after that? We got 4-0 for Paul. 4-0 for Neil. Paul G on 4-0. Neil has also gone 4-0. Have we got any more after Neil? Yeah, Carl Simpson has gone 4-0. Right. So they're the 4-0s. We've got another 5-0s. So 5-0 came in from Archer, Spurs. They're all on 5-0s. Right. So I think I've got the 4s and 5s out of the way. Is there any more 5s I can see there? No. Right. So we're going back up the tree, and I'm going to go to side said 3-1. So size went with 3-1. 3-1 beside a 1-all for Page. Page 1-all. A 4-0 for the Wiz, which I've already got. 5-0 for Colin B. I've got 3-0 for Nita. My baseball correspondent has come back and said, rumour has it Jose has a pronunciation coach in all week before the shows. His dedication shows no boundaries. How sweet of you, sir. 3-0 for Richard. A 4-0 for DC. Did I get DC's 4-0? May well have done already. No, I hadn't. Okay. I must have missed DC's 4-0. 4-1 for Mikey R. And a 3-0 for Rob. And a 4-0 for Mikey R. Oops. Uh, 4-1 for Jimmy H. 4-1 for Jimmy H. Come on. 4-1 for Jimmy H. Ronnie says 3-0. Ronnie 3-0. Ryan G 4-1. Ryan G. That's Adrian. That's Spurs GTTV. That's Ryan G. There's 4-1. EMF 5-0, 5-0, 4-0. Big John 4-1. Did I get Big John's already? I think I might have done. No, I didn't. Big John 4-1. Adrian 3-1. Finn 4-1. Right, who have I got missing? Because right, Ian said something, and I can't. Ian's gone 5-0. Right. Now, and then I'm looking for Graham and Queen Ellie. Have they come in? Right, Graham 4-1. So it's Ellie I'm missing. Ellie, where's Ellie? Right, add David Shear into this. Mr. Shear. Right, so it's just Ellie. She come in with, yeah, I found it. I found it all. I'm just checking that Ellie's not giving me a score because I don't think she has. No, Ellie hasn't given me a score. So I'm moving on from Germania, and we're moving on to Italy. The roadshow takes us to Como versus Empoli. And in the last game, sorry, just to confirm, I went for Bayern 3, St. Pauli 0. Now we're on to Como versus Empoli. Just a harmless potato. Are you well, sir? I hope you are. Do you want to join in? You're more than welcome to do so. You know the routine. Just give me the score of what you think will happen. But I hope you're well, just the harmless potato. The doctor says 0-0. So that's the third 0-0 of the week. A 2-1 for Edem. A 2-1 for Colin B. Colin B. Where's Colin B's up there? 2-1 for Colin Blackshaw. A 3-0 for Page. Uh, 0-2 for Rob Belcher. Where's Rob Belcher? Where's Rob Belcher? He said 0-2. Right, there's a comment that came in there just after that. And it said Dele Alli's team, didn't he get sent off the other night? Yeah, he got sent off against Milan, so he's out of this game. He's definitely out of this game. He's not playing. Graham has gone for a 1-1 draw. Jess has gone for 2-1. The Wiz has gone for a 2-2 draw. Neil 1-0. Alan 0-2. Uh, 2-1 McCall. A 1-0 for Nita. Nita 1-0. A 1-1 for Drew. La 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 la. 1-1 for Drew. Drew the mole who gets around everywhere, so I've been told. She knows it all. Julie, you've been in the chats where I've seen all this, so I'm not talking badly about you. Just repeating what I've seen on screen whilst you've been on with me. 2-0 for Tot Spurs. Oh, Darren says 2-1. Darren says 2-1. How are you, just almost? How you been? What you been up to, mate? It's been a bit. I really do hope you're well, sir. It's so nice to see you. It's nice to see returning faces. 4-0 for Ellie for the last game. She's one behind. Richard 1-2. Richard is going for 1-2 in this game. So this game is between Como versus Empoli. Ellie's coming with a 2-1. Let's scoreline for this one now. So you are there. We've got a 1-2. Yes, he did. I should 2-1 for Sai. I wanted to check something. I'm going to check something. I've done this. Just a quick update. 1-0 for Adrian. A very, very fleeting quick update to see whether, because there's 60 points on offer. Realistically, the most people are going to get is probably about 30. Not seen any more than 30. I think 28 or something like that was the highest I saw in a bumper week so far. And it was just wanting to see whether anyone had any chance of breaking any milestones this week. 1-0 for Ronnie, a 2-1 for Ryan. So I'm going to quickly give that a check before I move on. 2-1 for David Clark as well. Mr. Clark says 2-1. After Mr. Clark, I have Archer at 1-0. Archer says 1-1. Big John says 2-1. Big John says 2-1. And so does Paul G. Big John and Paul G say 2-1.
Yeah. Are you having a whinge? Darling.
Right, so I'm missing. Right, I'm missing Finn, Ian Meth, and Christopher Inshaw. I'm going to go back up and I'll probably find them before, and then I'll find that you tell me something different. Ian Meth went for 2-1. So I've got Ian Meth. Ian Meth went for 2-1. I've got you, Ian. So Christopher and Finn. Let me have a look. Jesse. No, I haven't got Christopher's or Finn's on this one. I'm whilst I'm waiting for them quickly. Darren's gone 2-1. Darren, I've got yours already. I'm sure I have. You've given me yours already, Darren. It's Christopher and Finn that I'm missing. So people that are playing today, Right, has anyone got a chance of breaking 300? Right, Paul G is on 297. Colin Blackshaw's on 295. Johnny hasn't predicted yet. He's on 293. David Shear has predicted. He's on 291. Tigara hasn't predicted yet. He's on 288. Mikey Romero and David Clark are both on 287. Ed M, have a good week. Score 20 points. Ed, you break the 300 as well. So basically, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people that are close to breaking the 300 and could possibly do it this week. 20 and above for the lowest person. It's Ed M. 20 and above gets him there. Smithy, Rob Belcher just behind. Roundtable Talk, Vindaloo. All these people will break 300, possibly 400, but 300 for definite. But just that some possibly can do it this weekend. On the 200 levels, Neil's 5 points behind. He's on 195. So Neil could break it. If the potato was here this week, he could break it. Archer, you're 19 points away from breaking it. Finn, 31 points. Sai, you're 32 points. So Sai and Finn are not far from breaking the 200 mark. So you good job for them lot. On the 100-point mark, in the bin, he's not here. Christopher Inshaw is 23 points away for Christopher Inshaw from breaking the 100 mark. Paige, you're 32 points away from breaking it. And I don't know whether there's anybody else that's playing at the moment that can break the 100. No, at the moment there isn't. Did I get your predictions in for last week, Neil? You'd have to tell me where they were, because I only can pick up the predictions from where I find them, and I don't know whether I did yours last week or not. It depends if you left them on the stream or not. If you did, I would have added them. If you did, I would have added them. Darren, what are you on? You're on 101, Darren. You broke the 100 points last week. I did the show at the beginning of the week, and you broke the 100 points. You had gold. So if you go back and watch the results show from earlier this week, you will see, Darren, that I talked about you and your feet, and you can see yourself in 55th on gold with 101 points. I'm just curious. So did someone just come in with a score? Darren has. So I'm still missing a score from who am I missing? Finn Rickwood and Christopher Inshaw have not given me a score for this game. Right, I'm going to move in. What position are you, David Clark? DC, you are currently 19th, David. You and Mikey Romero are on exactly the same amount of points. You're both on 287. So 23 points this week gets you to the 300 club. Sardar says 32 points to break the 200. Easy. I'd do that this week. Si, like I said, the most I've ever seen in a bumper week like this is 28 points. I think it was 28, 29 points. Darren, you're 55th. So yeah, it can be done. If you're not breaking, put it this way, you're going to break the 200 but you can possibly break 3 as well, is what I'm saying. Have a good week this week, and then have a good 9 weeks remainder of the season, seeing that we're doing 14 games, so there's always 42 points up for grabs. For the last 9 games, just over a third of them points. No, a third of them points. You get 11 points each week. Sorry, 13 points. Yep, David, sorry, my problem. My fault. 13 points. You're right. It's 287. It's 13 points. Paul G. Do you not know? Watch the results show, you guys. Paul G, you're 3 points away from it. You're on 297. You're 3 points away from breaking the 300. If you people predict this week and predict wisely, 8 of you can break the 300 this week. Providing you all enter it, that is. You can all break the 300. Neil, I don't know whether Neil, you left me anything last week that I could see. So I'm going to have to check back on that, Neil. Christopher Inshaw's coming with a 2-1. Christopher Inshaw gives me 2-1. So I've got Christopher's score at this one. Thank you, Christopher. So it was just Finn that I'm waiting on. Jose, how many games? Right, Mikey, as far as I'm aware, right? As far as I'm aware, I think, don't quote me, but I think this might be the last bumper week in the sense that, no, Christopher, you're on time. This is where we are. I think we are in a bumper week now, and I don't know if there's any more bumper weeks. I think that after the next week, I think we go all the way through to the end of the season. So in the league, we are currently, look, so we have got this week left, which is a bumper, right? And then, okay, there is 9 games to go in the Premiership. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 9 weeks to go in the Premiership. So there'll be the bumper week, there's 20 games this week. And then for 9 weeks, it will be 14 games. It will be the 10 Premiership games and 4 bonus games. So it'll be 14 games. So you've got more than enough chance to make points, or everyone has, basically. You all have got more than enough chance. So I just want to check, did Neil give me any scores last week? Because Neil asked me a question and now I need to answer it. I'm just opening last week's one, and I can tell you if you had anything, Neil. No, Neil, if you've put them in, I would have seen them. If they appear on the stream at the end of the stream, I will see them, and I add everybody's in. I just can't remember because a lot of people do theirs late, and I would have added them. So if you'd put them in there, I would have added them. Why is this not opening up? I'm just doing it again, and then we can move on. Right, for this game, I've gone for Como 2, Empoli 1. Right, it's opened up, right. Neil, did I do Neil last week? Right. I don't think I've got you down for anything, Neil, but bear with me a second. Right. Let me have a look. Yeah, I will. As I do that, I'll get you guys. We're moving off to France. The next game is Reims versus Marseille. Right, I'm just checking for you. Who's asking me? Neil, I'm just checking. Last week, the people that left after the stream were Nick, Vindaloo, Nita, Big John, Dekaru, Kuva, Hotspurs, Stacy, Andy LUFC, Tigaro, and Ian Meth. They're the only ones that I got after the stream last week. So I wouldn't have got them from you last week. I might have got them the week before from you, but you definitely didn't leave. Well, there was none on the stream last week that I could see. But anyway, it's not the end of the world, like we said. We move on to this game. Cool, you're not predicting like wildfire, which makes it easier for me when you guys predict. Right, so we'll start with who's the first person in. First person in. Ed M was the first person in with 1-3. So let's start with Ed M, shall we? Page then 0-1. Page was 0-1 was Page down there. Page 0-1. Rob Belcher 0-2. Rob B 0-2. Graham 0-2. Graham 0-2. Thank you. After Graham, we've got Darren at 0-2. Darren at 0-2. Well,
Two babies. Camel there, big boy.
Who's that for? That's for Darren. Mikey Romero. I've got Mikey Romero in already, haven't I? No. So why has it jumped to 0-2 for Mikey R? Right, did I get Rob Belcher 0-2? Yeah, I did. Okay, so now I'm back on track. So we're now down to Graham. I don't get Graham. Yeah, I have. So Finn is 0-2. Finn, is that for this game? Because if it's for this game, then I didn't get a prediction for you for the last game, Finn. Carl 1-4. Carl 1-4. Christopher 2-0. 2-0 for Christopher. A 1-2 for Drula. A 1-2 for Ian Math. Ian Math 1-2. Adrian 2-1. Como nil, Empoli nil. Well done, Finn. I got you. Oh, it's Finn. There he is. Put him in for 0-0. That's the 4th 0-0 for the week. Adrian went 2-1. And did I just not do Adrian just now? Yeah, Adrian 2-1. 1-1 for the doctor. So I see you're doing Hoiberg's team, Marseille, and he's just sent me a DM saying Jose. I can change to 0-2. So Christopher Inshaw is now changing his to 0-2. It's a good job that my middle name is Patience. 0-2 for Nita. 0-2 for Nita. Oh, 0-1 with Jimmy H. 0-1 for Jimmy H. A 1-2 for the Queen. 1-2. Or an under, as I say. Under for the Queen. A 0-2 for Archer. We then have a 0-2 for the Wiz. Wiz. We have a 1-2 for Alan. 1-2. Richard has gone 1-3. And so has Totspurs gone 1-3. Totty Sparrows has gone 1-3 as well. Twice. Then we have Neil has also gone 1-3. Neil 1-3. Hoiberg to score a brace if he's back for injury. Well, are you contradicting yourself? Because if you were DMing him and whatever, then you'd know whether he's injured or not, because he'd be telling you, or you'd be asking. 1-3 says Ryan G. 0-3 says Colin B. 0-2 for Paul G. A 1-3 for Big John. A 1-3 for Sai with the Højbjerg Masterclass, he says. So he's added a bit of context. A 1-4 for Ronnie. And I think I am missing. Can't be missing Jess. Jess, she must have put one in there. It must be just, yeah, Jess puts 1-3. See, this is what I mean. StreamYard and YouTube, they appear later. Now I'm looking for somebody else. I'm not going to call their name. I'm just going to look for them because they normally do it. And it just might be that it came in after I saw it, after I looked in that area. Oh no, it isn't. He's just put one in now, and that's what I was looking for. Just done it now. Right, so I've gone for Reims 0, Marseille 2. We then move on to Holland, people, and it's a game between Pek Zwolle versus RKC Waalwijk. Pek Zwolle, RKC Waalwijk. Doctor, 1-0. So the Doctor's coming at 1-0. 1-0 for the Quack. 1-0 for the Doctor. I've got a Daigle for Sai. I've got 4-0 for Edem. Whoa. 1-2 for Page. Guys, all flying through now. 1-2 for Page. I have a 1-0 for Graham. Graham says 1-1. I then have a 3-0 for Alan. 3-0 for Alan. I then have a 0-0. It says 5th 0-0 for Rob Belcher. It's the 5th 0-0 we've had this week. They never used to appear at all. Now all of a sudden we get loads. Carl Simpson 2-1. Mikey Romero 2-0. Christopher Inshaw 2-0. Christopher is here and Mikey is down there. 2-0 for Mikey. 2-1 for Ian. Ian Math 2-1. 3-1 for Nita. 3-1 for Nita. And then we have a 2-1 for Jess. Jess 2-1. And then we have a 2-0 for the Wiz. I'm playing football tonight, Jess, like I normally do on a Friday. Because I always pop in and say hello when I get back from to your show, but your show's coming towards an end when I get back from football. But if any of your guys and girls have not are in your show tonight, can you just give them a gentle reminder to pop over and put their scores in if they want them to make them count? And that's to people like Andy or UFC if he appears, Potato Stew, Stacey, but Stacey normally does it after the stream anyway. So yeah, just give them a little nudge. Some people that may go in your chat later, unless I can do it, but then they might have gone by the time I've gone in there. Tot Spurs is saying 2-1. Tot Spurs says 2-1. Thanks, Jess. You're a darling. Cheers. 2-1 for DC. 2-1 for DC. 1-0 for Colin Blackshaw. Colin B says 1-1. Neil says 3-2. Neil's in at 3-2. 3. 3-2 for Neil. A 1-0 for Richard. Richard 1-0. Richard 1-0. Archer 1-0. 2-1 for Ryan G. God, this one's been quite quick. We've had lots. We're moving on quickly from this one. Finn says 1-0. The Queen and Big John have both gone for 2-1. So the Queen and Big John have gone for 2-1. Am I missing people? I still am. I thought everyone had been done. Right, I need to go back and maybe look. Right, let me have a look. Adrian, I'm missing. I'm missing Paul G, Ronnie. Right, Ronnie's just coming over it now. Right, I've just put it in there for you, Drula. And I've also pinned it to the chat. So anyone that wants to become a member, more than welcome to do so. I've just pinned it into the chat and I've just put the link in just there. Right, so let me go back to where I was. So Adrian's coming with a 2-1 and so has Ronnie. Does that help me? I think it does. Ronnie definitely helps me, 2-1. And Adrian definitely helps me because he didn't have a score. So I'm missing Paul G. Paul G would be the only person that I'm missing at the moment. Let me just go back. Paul's got a blue moniker. Has Paul G given me a score? No, Paul G hasn't given me a score. So my score for this game is I've gone for Pek Zwolle 1, RKC Walwick 0. So I've gone for a 1-0 home victory. We then move on to the National Conference League. I think that's what it's called. And we have a game between Barnet and Gateshead, please, people. National Conference League, Barnet versus Gateshead. That's Parker's first one. Let me just get Gus. Right, there we go. We got Gus Parker first, the Doctor. It's a 2-0. Edem 3-0. I did something for the first time yesterday. I didn't eat all day. I drank water. I think I had 4 litres of water in the whole day. And I added some electrolytes to two of my bottles of water in order to keep nutrients in and that. But I didn't eat nothing all day long. I thought I'd done well. I was going to do it for 3 days. I didn't find it hard or a chore at all doing it yesterday. And I felt like I could have done it today. But then my son said to me, you shouldn't do it. You shouldn't do it because it's not medically proven, blah, 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 blah. So he made me have some breakfast this morning, but I didn't want to. So I might quietly and secretly do it again next week, but do it for 3 days. So felt good, didn't feel tired, didn't feel trained. Although I do say to you that when you do it, you shouldn't overexert yourself. But I've got football on a Friday, so I can't really do it on the day that I've got football, can I? David Clark says 2-0. I've got up to David Clark. But did David Clark give me a score? Was that Rob Belcher that gave me the score? No, Rob Belcher gave me the score. What doof. Rob Belcher gave me the score. And then Lee Wiz. Oops, Lee Wiz says 2-0 as well. Cy Dancer, Cy says 2-1. So 2-1 victory for the Barnet versus Gateshead. My guy who used to play football with his son plays for Gateshead. His name's Kane Adom. He's a wide forward for them. Doing pretty well. Scores and gets assists for Gateshead. They only came up a couple of seasons ago, Gateshead, but they've done well because they're going to retain their status. They're going to play. They're going to continue in that league. They're in the top 6 or 7, or they were in the top 6 or 7. Carl Simpson 2-1 as well. Graham says 2-1. Who else we got after Graham? We've got Paige at 2-1. Paige 2-1. Paige 2-1 for Drula as well. Drula. A 2-1 for Darren. Uh, 1-3 for Neil. Where's Neil? Neil's up there. 1-3 for Neil. A 2-0 for Adrian. For Adrian. A 3-0 for Ryan. A 1-2 for Finn. Who we got next? Ian Meth at 1-3. Ian Meth. 1-3. Alan at 0-0. 6-0 that we get this week within predictions. Drula, you've just renewed. Well, thank you very much, Drula, for renewing your membership. Tot Spurs says 2-0. 2-0 for the Tot Spurs. Big John says 3-0. Jimmy H says 1-0. Archer says 3-1. 2-0 for Mikey R. Miggy Romero says 2-0 for Mikey. 4-1 for Ron. Ron A. 4-1. 3-2 for David Clark. David Clark. 3-2. Richard says 2-0. Ian Murphy's changing to 3-1. And Ian's changing it to 3-1. Okay. Alfred. Who's Alf? Hi, Alf. A 0-0 for Colin Blackshaw. Who's Alf? Alfred. Richard wants a 2-1 win. So we're predicting the scoreline between Barnet and Gateshead, those that have joined from the Alf raid. So that would be Rosa. Oops, Rosa and Das Silt. And Alf is me. So we've got another one that says Alf is me down there. Hi, Alf. I hope you're well, sir. Richard's gone for a 2-1 victory. What did he say? Can I have 2-1 home wins, please? Right, 2-1 home wins for Richard for the rest of the games. Right. Understood. All right, copy that. So welcome those that have come in from the Alf raid. But nice to see you here, guys. Nice to see you. We do predictions every week. where you predict the score lines and you score 3 points for a correct score. You get 1 point if you've gone for the right team or the right draw, but you didn't get the right result. And we do this on a weekly basis. It's a bit of fun. There are 20 games that we're doing currently this week, but if you want to enter, you're more than welcome to do so. We're currently at Barnet versus Gateshead. You just put your score line in. That's all. So like that, people just put their score lines in, and then I log all the score lines as I go along, and then we score the points after the games are finished. No Paul G again. So my score line predicts. Daz Salt wants to play. Right. So what I'll say to you, Daz, your new player. So what I'm going to say to you is that when I finish doing all these people, or these results at the moment, I will go back and I will do the ones that you've missed. Okay, if that's cool with you, I'll do the ones that you've missed. But you're a new player, you're more than welcome to play. So there we go, Daz Silt. I'll put you in there and highlight you in blue as a new player. Anyone else that's come over from the Alfred, if you do want to play in this game, then please get your score in now, because I'm going to move on to the next game. Darren, I will roll back for you when I finish. I've only got to roll back for 3 games for you. Right. Nobody else wanted to play? Okay, if nobody else wants to play for the time being, we move on to the next game. What I did is I felt sorry. I know that we've got quite a few northern people here. So I've gone to the National League North, I think it is. And we've got a game between Scunthorpe and Southport. Scunthorpe and Southport. What's your predictions for this game? Right, so we're on Scunthorpe versus Southport. I'm just trying to see what league. I'm just trying to see if I've got the right leagues here, because I did all these earlier on today whilst I was working. Scunthorpe versus Southport is in the National League North. So what I'd say to people is look out for the Northerners that we have in the group, see what kind of scores they're going for before you predict your scoreline. So we now have Scunthorpe versus Southport. The Barnet Gateshead game, I'd gone for 2-0 in that game. Queen Ellie's going for 3-2. Queen Ellie is going for a 3-2 victory. So Scunthorpe 3, Southport 2 for Queen Ellie. A 3-2 for Gus P as well. So the Doctor's going for a 3-2 victory. Daz, the new player, Daz, going for a 3-3 draw. Colin B says 2-1. Colin Blackshaw says 2-1. And we then have Sai at 1-1. Sai at 1-1. Drula says 2-0. 2-0 for Drula. Benita says 1-1 for this game. 1-1 Benita. Alan says 1-1. And then the results show for this. Seeing all the games finished, I could actually do the results show on a Sunday, but I'm not. I'll keep it till Monday. So the results show for these predictions will be at 4 o'clock on Monday. So 4 o'clock on Monday, you can find out how you got on this week. Neil says 3-0. So we put in Neil at 3-0. Graham says 3-0. We then have Rob says 2-2. Rob says 2-2 for this game. Lee Wiz says 2-1. Mikey Romero says 3-1. Mikey R. Where's Mikey R? Mikey R's predicting the 3-1 victory here. Jess says 3-1. 3-1 for Jess. And then we have a 2-1 for Darren. 2-1 for Darren. Lovely. Hotspur says 2-0. 2-0 with Hotspur. Christopher Inshaw says 2-1. 2-1 for Christopher Inshaw. 3-1 for Carl. Paige has said 4-0. And then we have 4-1 for Edem. A 2-0 for Ronnie. A 3-0 for Ian. Ian Math is 3-0. A 3-1 for Jimmy H. A 2-0 for Big John. Scunthorpe, a top says Jess. Archer says 2-0. Archer says 2-1. Sorry, Archer says 2-0, but Adrian says 2-1. This is what I said. Listen to the Northerners. Look, Scunthorpe had a decent firm back in the 80s, to be fair, says Big John. David Clark says 4-1. We talk about all sorts here. We talk about firms. Firms back in the 80s. Finn says 2-0. 2-0 to Finn. Right, so I'm missing. I'll tell you now, Nita. I'm missing. Who am I missing here? Right, Ryan G is the only person I'm missing. So I need a score from. Oh, it's 2-0 for Ryan G. Nita, in the table, you currently lie. Before I move on to the next game, you currently lie, Nita. Nita's up there somewhere in G. Nita, you're 28th. 28th. You will break 300 points. You probably break 400. You're 28th at the moment. Right. So not to be outdone by the northern people within the group. Right. We've gone to the National League North. We are now going to the National League South. Sorry, just to confirm, I've gone for Scunthorpe 3, Southport 0. Now, National League South game is between Averley and Torquay United. Averley versus Torquay United. Predictions, please, people. Averley versus Torquay United. We have, in order, as they're coming through, the first person in was Sai through the door, and Sai went 1-3. 1-3. And then after Sai, we had Daz Silk. I'm just going to call you Daz. No, I have to call you Daz Silk. We've got 2. He's gone for 0-2. Rob Belcher has gone for 1-2. Rob Belcher has gone for 1-2. And then after Rob Belcher at 1-2, Carl Simpson's also gone 1-2. Lee Wiz has gone for 0-2. Colin Blackshaw's 1-2. 1-2 for Colin. Raptor says, did you do 0-1? No, I didn't. Alan's gone for a 0-1. What's Paige? Paige gone 0-5. Paige has gone 0-5. Neil's gone for a 1-1 draw. So next week, people, I will be doing the show on Monday for the results. And on Tuesday, I will do the predictions for midweek games that begin in the Premiership next Tuesday. Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday is the Premiership games. So I will do them that week on Tuesday, and then on Friday it'll have to be a quick results show, and then followed by the following weekend's predictions for the Premiership again. So we've got quite a busy week scheduled for this. Christopher Inshaw's also gone 0-3. God, there's a lot. There's 3 of you on the 0-3 train. Drula, sorry, Nita and Drula. Oh, there's a few of you have gone 0-2. So, right, I'm going to copy the 0-2. So Nita has gone 0-2. After Nita, there's Drula on a 0-2. Then there's Jimmy Hotspur on a 0-2. Spurs GCTV. Graham is on a 0-2. 1-3. Archer's on a 0-2. Let me go back up. So Christopher Inshaw, Nita. Mikey Romero's going for a 0-4. 0-4 for Mikey. Darren, 0-2. Then I've got Ryan's going for Averley 1, Torquay 3. 0-5 for Ed M. God, Ed M conceded lots of goals. He's going for a 0-5. Gus Parker 1-3. The doctor says 1-3. Big John says 0-3. $1-4 for Jess. A 0-2 for Archer, which we've already got. A 0-3 for Ronnie. A 1-3 for DC. What happened to Torquay? I saw us beat them 5-0 in the League Cup. Think Soler's got a hat-trick. They ain't in the league anymore. No, they're not. They dropped out of the league a fair few years ago. There was a lady, I can't remember her name. Helen Chamberlain, I think her name might have been. She used to be on the what do you call it? The football show in the morning on Sky that it used to be. And she was an avid Torquay United supporter. And yeah, it was well documented. They went down. So all I'm missing at the moment is a score from Finn. Without Finn, after Finn, or with Finn, or without, I will move on to the next game. And the next game is Finn. You might Soccer AM, Ronnie. Thank you, Soccer AM. The next game, we're going to the MLS, people. The next game is in the MLS. We're going Miami versus Philadelphia. Soccer Saturday, says Nita. Soccer AM. If Soccer AM she used to be on, yeah. But Miami versus Philadelphia in the MLS is the next game. Gus, there's a difference between 5-0 and 2-0. Right. Jess coming first. Look at that. 3-1 for Jess. Alan, who knows about the MLS, is coming in with 2-2. Interesting. 3-1, says Jess. Alan says 2-2. Let's get Alan in at 2-2. Paige says 2-0. Paige, where's Paige? Paige says 2-0. Dad Silt says 2-0. Adrian says 2-1. Adrian says 2-1. Mikey Romero says 2-0. Lee Wiz says 3-1. 3-1 for the Wiz. Then after the Wiz, oh, that's jumped. That's jumped. Hold on, the Wiz says 3-1. Carl Simpson also says 3-1. Queen Ellie is 2-0. The Doctor is coming in at 2-1. Who was after the Doctor? Nita says 2-1. Nita, where's Nita? There's my Nita up there, 2-1. Drula says 2-1. Oops, sorry, excuse me. Drula says 2-1. Gosh, names for anything. Drula's there, 2-1 for Drula. A 1-2 for Edem. Edem, 1-2. A 0-2 for Christopher Inshaw. A 0-2 for Christopher. A 2-1 for Ian Meth. Aaron 2-1. Colin Blackshaw 1-0. Colin B. Where's Colin B? Yeah. Who else we got after? 3-1 for Ryan G. So Inter Miami 3. Philadelphia 1. A 2-1 for Tot Spurs. A 2-1 for Tot Spurs. I then have a 2-2 for Archer. A 1-1 for Jimmy H. 2-2 for Graham. Graham's following the advice of the American that we've got in the gang. 2-2. 2-1 for Ronnie. Ronnie 2-1. Where's Ronnie? Ronnie's got the 2-1 in this game. Two 2-0 for Sir Rob. 2-0 for Sir Rob. Who else have we got? Anyone else? There must be more. Big John 1-2. Big John 1-2. Big John 1-2. 2-1 for David Clark. Eden wants to change his to a 1-1 draw now. So a 1-2, you've gone for a 1-1. That's in. Who else we got? Darren says 2-1, which I've got. Neil is who I'm missing. Right, I'm missing Neil at the moment. Let me see if I can find Neil's score. Neil's gone for 2-1. Right, so I have everybody that's predicting at the moment here in this game. Although we haven't had Finn for a couple of games now. I don't know where Finn's gone, but he's been missing for a couple of games. But anyway, we move on. The next game is in Portugal, and it's between Estrela versus Sporting Club. Estrela versus Sporting Club. Mikey Romero says 1-3. Jess says 1-3. Right, we've got a bit of a train in. Mikey Romero 1-3. Jess says 1-3. And it just seems like loads of 1-3s I can see on the screen. A 1-3 from Darren. A 1-3 from the Wiz. 1-3 for the Queen and 1-3 for Drula. These 1-3s. Right, let's go back up and have a look. Is there any more 1-3s? Carl Simpson's a 1-3. Right, so we are down to the Doctor says 0-2. The Doctor says 0-2. Colin Blackshaw says 1-3. Rakdos says 0-3. 0-3. Page says 0-3. Page 0-3. Suppose CCTV 0-2. So Grand's Gap for 0-2. There's also a 0-2 for Jimmy H and Sir Rob. So Sir Rob 0-2. Jimmy H is a 0-2. Oh, we got after that. We've got Christopher Inshaw at 0-3. Christopher Inshaw at 0-3. Build. Nita at 1-2. 1-2 for Nita. Big John 0-2. Adrian 0-1. Who you got after 0-1? You've got Hotspurs at 0-3. David Clark 0-3. Dad Silk 2-1. Queen Ellie 1-3, which I think I've got. Daz, I've got Archer 0-3. I haven't got, so put Archer in there. Ronnie says 0-1. 1-4 for Ryan G. I don't know what time the kickoffs are tomorrow, Ian, so they might be early. That's what I'm going to say. And if they are, then you miss out on some. That's fine. Ian, did you give me a score for this game? I don't think you have. Yes, you have 0-3. Okay. Right, 0-3 for Ian. And now I'm looking for Colin Blackshaw. Must have given me a score because Colin's always quite quick. Let me see. 1-3 for Colin B. And then I'm missing a score from Ed M. Ed M is 1-2. Right, I've got Ed M's in there as well. Next one I'm looking for is Neil. Neil, did you give me a score?
No, you have. Not my business.
Neil, have you given me a score? I can't see a score. Let me go back up again. Yes, 0-3. Thank you, Neil. You've given me a score. That's fine. And then I've got down here is the next one. Side Dancer. Sai, what's your score, mate? Mikey Romero, just
Boy.
0-3 for Sai. All right. And that's it. I've got everyone. So we're now moving on to the next game. And I've got to remember what league it's bloody in. The next game is in you'll like this one, people. You'll like this one. It's in the Northern Premier League. All right. This next game is in the Northern Premier League, and it's between Blythe Spartans and Macclesfield. Blythe Spartans versus Macclesfield. Blythe Spartans versus Macclesfield in the Northern Premier League. Side dancer is coming in. Side's coming first with a dagel. So 2-2 for Simon. Side dancer is coming in for 2 draw. The Wiz says 2 draw. Nita says 1 draw. There's a lot of draws for this one, isn't there? Who else we got? We've then got Page at 0-4. Page 0-4. I then have Jess at 1-3. Jess, where's Jess? Where's Jess? There she is. 1-3 for Jess. Um, 0-3 for Spurs GCTV. Mikey Ramirez a 0-3. After Mikey, we've got Carl Simpson at 1-2. Rob Belcher at 1-3. Colin Blackshaw at 1-0. We've got a 0-2 for Christopher Inshaw. 0-5 for Ronnie. We have a 0-3 for Big John. I have a 0-3 from Brian. See, all you people up in the north, you know about these teams. We don't. Dad says Spartan sounds cool purely on the name. I'll say 5-0 Spartans. We'll come back to that. 0-3 for Neil. Because there's a couple. I'm going to have to roll back for you, Daz, because you're a new player. I'm going to roll back for you afterwards. But there's a few other people I need to roll back for too as well. Ed M. Right, why have I got... Who's the 1-0 draw? Right. 0-7 for Ed M. That's the biggest score line we've had this weekend so far. Is a 0-7 for Ed M. Oops, where's Ed M? 0-7. Okay. Darren's going for a 0-3. Darren's going for a 0-3. And then we've got Drula 1-3. Drula 1-3. Tot Spurs 0-3. 0-3 for Tot Spurs. A 1-2 for Alan and a 1-2 for Gus. Alan and Gus. Alan and the Doctor are both going 1-2. 2-1 for Adrian. 2-1 for Adrian. Blythe have a minus 51 goal difference, Ronnie. 0-3 for Jimmy H. This is what I like when you start Googling and looking at everyone and seeing where the teams are. Carl Simpson is now going for a 1-3. Okay, rather 1-3. Isn't Blythe in Scotland? No, it's not. Okay, it's in 2. Right. But can I change it to 0-3? The whiz now wants it to go to 0-3. Oh, you guys are changing your scores. Right, I might have to go through this again, but at the moment I'm going to go through and I'm going to look for Archer, David Clark. EMF is not around. So Archer, David Clark, Queen Ellie, and Daz Silk is who I'm looking for. Let me go back and have a look. Right, so Daz, I haven't had a blow. Oh, so you've gone for Spartans 5-0. Sorry, I've got you 5-0. Right. Okay, so you've got Archer that I need to look for, David Clark, and Queen Ellie. Archer's gone 0-5. So Archer's one less that I've got to look for. And I know Ellie hasn't done hers yet. So there's no, I don't know why I'm again reviewing because she wouldn't have done hers yet. But I've got to look for Queen Ellie. Archer just did 0-5. So where's Archer's score gone then? I just did 0-5 for Archer. I must have put that in the wrong place somewhere. Did it in the mess, didn't I? David Clark's going 0-5. So it's not me, it's these people who are putting theirs in late. So the only person that we're missing now is Ellie. Ellie, your scoreline, please, for this game. Otherwise, I'll move on. Right, I'm moving on. The next game that we're going to is in the Southern Premier League. So we've done the Northern, now we're going Southern. And it's between Winchester City and Merthyr Town. Winchester City versus Merthyr Town. What say you, people? Winchester City versus Merthyr Town. Right, so Ellie's this 4-0 for the last game because yeah, okay. This has got to be 4-0 for the last game, surely. What's Ellie gone for? 0-4. This 0-4 is for the last game, Ellie, because I was missing your last result. So this is now Winchester City versus Merthyr Town. Who have I got it? I've got Gus Parker says 2-0. Right. I'm not changing any scores now for anyone. Whatever scores you put in, you put in. 2-0 for the Doctor. Can I change it to 2-0, follow the pack? Not. So 2-0 for Nita for this game. Nita, you're going for a 2-0, yeah? I think. Rob Belcher's going for a 0-3. Rob Belcher is going for a 0-3. Then we have Adrian at 2-0. I have Neil at 2-0. I have Graham at 0-3. I have Paige at 0-2. The Wiz 0-2. Christopher Inshaw 0-2. So the Wiz is at 0-2. Christopher Inshaw is at 0-2. Daz Silt is 1-2. Zero 3 for Carl. 1-3 for Ronnie. What 0-4 for Archer. A 1-3 for Edem. Uh, 4-4 for Sai. Okay. Four for Versailles. A 1-4 for Jess. One, 2 for Tot Spurs. One, 2 for Tot Spurs. A 1-0-0 for Anita's. That's the 6-0-0. That's Anita's gone for 0-0 there. Okay. Rather than 2-0. Okay. 0-0 for Nita and 0-3 for Mikey Romero. A 1-2 for Big John. A 1-3 for Darren. A 1-2 for Drula. It's not showing you as a member still, Drew. I don't know what's happening there because you said you've done it, redone it, but it's not showing you as a member. I didn't know whether something had happened. Did you see I put in my score for Macclesfield? Yes, I did. I've got you for Macclesfield. I've got you at 0-3. Sorry, 0-4, Ellie. I just need your score now. 1-3. Okay, I've got your score for now. Right, that's that one. Jimmy Hotspur's gone 1-2. David Clark's gone 1-4. After David Clark, I can't see any other scores. So I'm missing a score for Ryan G. Let me go back as Ryan left me a score. I just haven't seen it. No, Ryan G has not left me a score as yet. And then looking for Colin Blackshaw, Alan and Colin. Alan, Colin and Ryan G. You went 0-2, mate. Okay, got you, Ryan. And now I'm just looking for Colin Blackshaw, and Colin Blackshaw's gone 2-1. So I've got Collins, and it's just Rakdos. I'm going to need to look. Doesn't mean you haven't done it. Like I said, YouTube and StreamYard sometimes are not in sync. Right, I'm going back to look for Rakdos. And you've gone 3-2, so you were the first in. So that's the reason why I hadn't seen it. It's a 3-2. Right. And the last game that we're going to is in the Welsh Premier. It's in the Welsh Premier, and the game is between Pennybont and the New Saints. Right, what I will say after this game, for Daz Silt and for Darren, you two need to hold on because I need to go and go back through the games that you've missed. Kuva, if you join back in, I can do you as well, mate. But otherwise, I need the scores from most of you people for this game. Let me see, Rakdos. Where's Rakdos? Carlson. There you go. Drula's become a new member. It's come up now, Drula. Well done, you. Well done, you. Be like Drula. Become a member. It all helps. Thank you very much, Drula, for being a member. 1-3 to Carl Simpson. It's pinned in the chat, the link for the membership. So if you want to become a member, it's pinned in the chat. 1-3 for Carl. 1-5 for the doctor. The doctor says 1-5. Where's the doctor? $1-5 for the doctor. 1-5 for the doctor. Nita, there's no point in saying goodbye to me. You need to give me your last score. 1-2 for Rob Belt. 2-3 for Alan. 2-3 for Alan. Let me see. Alan. 2-3 for Alan. A 1-2 for Rob. Rob Belcher. A 1-2. Let me just check this out. What we got here? We got We have got 36 people playing. And what we got with the old, yeah, we're all right with the like buttons this week, aren't we? Are we? We should be. Yeah, we're all right. Okay, so who did I just put in there? I just put in Rob Belcher. Page has gone 0-3. All right, so we've got Page. Side Dancer 7th 0-0. It's gone for a 0-0. So it's the 7th 0-0 we've had this week. Not many, but they're growing. There never used to be none in the early weeks of doing this. 0-0 for Sight. A 1-1 for Colin B. Colin B 1-1. Graham 2-2. 3-1 for Ellie. 3-1 for Els. Who else we got after it? Christopher Inshaw 1-0. 1-1 for Christopher Inshaw. Sorry, the last game. Shit. Last game I went for Winchester 0, Merthyr 2 is what I went for in the last game. Sorry, Winchester 0, Merthyr 2. 0, 1-4. A 1-2 for Jess. And then after that, we've got Jimmy Hotspur at 0-1. Christopher Inshaw says it's first versus second. Ronnie says 2-3. It's actually first versus second versus first. It's the other way around. Second versus first. A 0-3 for Ryan G. A 2-2 for Adam. A 1-2 for Big John. A 2-4 for Mike Yar. No, Ryan, there isn't. There's 18 teams in the league. And what they've done is they split them into 3. They've reached a stage where the top 6 fight for whatever. There's a middle 6 group and there's a last 6 group. Darren, you've gone for 1-2. So there's actually 18 teams in the league normally, but they split it into 3s. A 2-3 for Lee Wiz. Oh, I'm missing a fair few at the moment. Oh, there's more comments down there. You're welcome. I don't know why it deactivated. 1-2 for Drula. I couldn't tell you either, Drula. I don't know. But I'm grateful you've become a member again. Castle says, thank you, Jose, as usual. Keep up the amazing work. And Night all smash the button on your way out. Come on, Penny Bond. 2-1 for Adrian. Adrian's got a 2-1. I don't ask for much, but yeah, the like button being hit does help. 1-3 for David Clark. 1-3 for David Clark. A 1-2 for Archer. Daz Silk says 2-2. Right, you have to hang on, Daz, because I've got some more for you. Because you came and joined in late, so there's some more for you as well. 1-1 for Tot Spurs. A 1-1 for Tot Spurs. Am I missing anyone? Right, I'm missing people, and I'm going to have a look before I move on. Who am I missing? Who am I missing? Right. Nita didn't give me a score. She just said goodbye. So I've got everyone else's. So at the moment, I'm sorry, my score is Penny Bont 0, the New Saints 3. Right. So for anybody that's new, or for Darren and Daz, I'm going to go back to the games that you've missed. I will call your name and tell you which ones that I need from you. So at the moment, anyone new, Darren and Daz, the first game I need from you guys is Leeds versus Swansea. So we started off with going to the Championship. So it's Leeds versus Swansea, please. So that's for Daz Silt and Darren. One 0 for Daz. And a 2-0 for Darren. The people that you came in with, Daz, who came in and left, there's 3 of you. Tell them that they're more than welcome to come and join this. After the stream, people leave their predictions results after the stream as well. Your next game is in the Division 1, and it's between Birmingham and Shrewsbury. Birmingham and Shrewsbury, please. For Darren and Daz. So 3-0 with Darren. And Daz says 2-1. All I need is a score, the home and away score. So I don't need teams. You don't have to write the teams' names. Right, Division 2. Walsall versus AFC Wimbledon. And this is for Darren and Daz again. Right, 1-2 for Daz. Right, Darren, you are now done. So it's all Daz. All the games that are remaining now are for you, Daz. That Daz Silt, that is. Next game for you is Scottish Premierships, Aberdeen, Motherwell, please, mate. So Aberdeen versus Motherwell, please, Daz. Just need a score line, mate. What's the W in 3 W's? I don't know. I don't understand that. Right, Daz, I'm waiting for the score line. 2-0. 2-0. Right, for you again, Daz. The next game is in the... I could only see the one score. Sorry, Daz, my fault. The next game is Scottish Championship. It's Ayr versus Dunfermline. Ayr versus Dunfermline. Peter Kagaias. Good. I didn't even see you come in, Peter. So have you said hello or your time or anything? No, I didn't see you come in, Peter. But he's gifted kindly 5 memberships, and they have gone to Phil P, Side Dancer, Vindaloo, Paul G, and Paddy Hartnett. 508 in Melbourne. Peter, check your phone. Yeah, check your phone, please, Peter. Thank you very much. Very kind of you. Daz has gone for a 1-1 draw. Right, Daz, for you, the next game is in Scottish League 1, and it is between Alloa and Dumbarton, please. Darren, you were done ages ago, mate. I said that it's only Daz. I'm not expecting any more scores from you, mate. It's just Daz I'm waiting for at the moment. The next game for you, Daz, is in League 2 in Scotland. And it's East Fife versus the Spartans. Neil, for definite, mate. You know me, Neil. I'm right down the middle. If you had left them after the stream, I would have put them in. I didn't see anything there at all. And that's the reason why I didn't put them in, because there was nothing there for me to put in. Because otherwise, you know me, mate, I'd always put them in. The next game for you, Daz, is in Spain, and it's Real Sociedad versus Real Valladolid. Real Sociedad versus Real Valladolid. One, two. Okay, that's that one. The next game for you, Daz, is in Germany. It's FC Bayern München versus FC St. Pauli. (3-0) to Bayern. And your next game is in Italy. It's Como versus Empoli. Como versus Empoli. (0-0) for Como versus Empoli. And your penultimate one that you need to catch up on is Reims versus Marseille in the French First Division. (0-3). And lastly, Daz, for you, we have a game in the Eredivisie in Holland, and it's between PEC Zwolle and RKC Waalwijk. Thank you very much. I got that. So it's 1-2. Daz, you become the 133rd player that we've got, and from the channel you came from our channel, you're more than welcome. Tell them or tell your mates that they're more than welcome to come on to Tel Cockerel, and if they want to enter this, they can do it. It's free of charge. All I ask is that people are subscribed, because it's a lot of work for me to do. The results show for this will be on Monday at 4 o'clock. So I'll update the results. You get to see the scores and everyone else's scores, and I'll update it. I update the tables as well that day. And then on Tuesday at 4 o'clock, we will do the 3:30, 4 o'clock. We will do the predictions. We're back to normal to the Premier League. When I do the Premier League, mate, I do the 10 games in the Premier League, and I pick 4 bonus games, because that gives people opportunity to make points. So you're more than welcome to tell your mates, and they're more than welcome to come along and play. We are a chilled group over here. You won't get no dramas. You won't get no issues from people. You'll get to learn that people are pretty nice here over this channel, or the chat that I've got, the community that I've built. they're pretty cool. So thank you very much. You say I'll force Alf to start playing too, so I can prove my ball knowledge is clear. There was 3 of you that came in. So like I said, tell them, and if you want to tell them now, it's up to them. If they want to start playing now, when this stream finishes, what will happen is the people that have missed the live stream, they will leave their results in the stream after the stream's finished, and I take them scores that they leave, and then I put them in as well. So my job's not just finished from the live show now, it will continue later as well. But everyone, thank you very much for watching and for taking part. I need to thank a few people. I need to thank Big John for his member chat. I need to thank Vindaloo for his super chat. I need to thank Drula for becoming a member again. And I need to thank Peter Kagayas for gifting 5 channel memberships. I'm extremely humbled by you all. You're a great bunch of people. And I wish you nothing but all the best to you and your families and your loved ones. And have a great weekend all. And I'll catch up with you all on Monday. So, as per always, come on you Spurs. Take care, everyone. Bye.